Hey guys, welcome back to the Cool Classic Kid Show, and today's topic is essentially discussing how exclusives in the gaming space are dead, how essentially Epic Games proves this, and I must say, shout out to Risk It for the Biscuit. He's essentially the individual that has inspired this video, so Risk It for the Biscuit's a cool dude, but when it comes to exclusives, me and him have a very different idea of how they overall affect the gaming space. He's an Xbox guy. He thinks that essentially one of Xbox's greatest failures was essentially eliminating the concept of exclusives in order to try and drive people to buy their worthless console. So for me, I just feel as though, well, the gaming space is done with exclusives because, well, really, it doesn't benefit anybody. It may occasionally have an outlier situation, but I mean, look at the exclusives that are coming out in modern day. We have Rise of the Ronin. Oh, that's totally going to move PlayStation consoles, mind you. It's rough out here, man. It's super rough. And having these games in which you're, paying to take them away from other players, it really puts the developers themselves at a disadvantage. And I feel like this is even more the case on PC when it comes to Epic Games. And Epic Games has recently announced something that I think is them just doubling down on failure. And that is, shout out to Insider Gaming here, Epic Games is offering 100% revenue to developers for first 6 months of exclusivity, essentially. Epic Games has announced that it will be offering developers 100% of revenue generated for the first 6 months if the game is signed exclusively to the Epic Games Store. The announcement comes during GDC and is part of Epic's new Now on Epic program. Epic had previously introduced one of the best revenue splits in the industry at 88% to developers and 12% to Epic Games, but the move marks a new stage for the publisher. It just seems like an out of desperation move. The one thing that Epic has on its side is essentially a similarity to Microsoft, in which they just have money to just piss away, and that's what they've been doing. They have tried everything. Look, man, and I even said it to Risk It. I'm like, bro, Epic Games can do everything in terms of exclusives. They're never going to come close to Steam. They even have free games as an exclusive to their platform, and still people do not want to make that platform their main priority platform. I have Epic Games. I claim their free shit if I actually have interest. Guess what? I never play any of those games. I'm only there because of Fortnite. And the difference between the Epic Game Store and the Xbox platform, for example, is that you don't need to spend $300 to $500 to download the Epic Game Store. So the fact that even despite that investment that you don't have to make on the PC platform to have the Epic Game Store on your system, people still have zero genuine interest of making this their priority platform, because in fact, it is absolutely inferior to Steam in every conceivable way when it comes to features. Epic Game Store decided, with all of its money, with all of its insane amount of money off of Fortnite, they were going to launch a inferior platform that is feature incomplete onto PC, and somehow was thinking, oh, well, if we just take games away from Steam, that people are going to gravitate to them. No, people are just going to steal your fucking games. And then, or like me, because really, I just don't feel tempted to steal. Like, your games are just not good enough. And really, in a space where video games are coming out at an insane rate, what incentive is there to give a fuck about exclusive games that are not on my platform of choice? Now, take, for example, right here, we're on City Keys and Dead Island here. Dead Island was an Epic Games Store exclusive for 1 year. And guess what? I'm going to now buy Dead Island 2 on Steam. It's coming out next month, and I get it for less than $24. And you know what? That sounds about right for a game that chose to not come out on my platform of choice. I'm getting it for dirt cheap. And guess what? It wasn't like I was missing out on the game. I had so much to play. I have a backlog just from last year alone. And this year, it's looking like it's the same deal because there's just too much stuff to play. I'm actually saying no to a lot of games because I just don't have time to play them all. It is what it is, man. It's just a competitive market, and a competitive market that chooses to not release games on the platform that I want. I could just miss me with that shit. Rise of the Ronin, exclusive to PS5. Peace out, Girl Scout. If your game fails, your game fails. And speaking of a game that failed on the Epic Game Store, we could talk about we could talk about Remedy here with Alan Wake 2. And just to kind of bring you guys up to speed, Alan Wake 2 was released in October 2023 to worldwide critical acclaim, earning a Metacritic score of 89 at launch. Today, Remedy Entertainment announced that Alan Wake 2 has sold 1 million units by the end of December of 2023 and 1.3 million units as of the beginning of February 2024. Alan Wake 2 is Remedy's fastest selling game so far. And even despite that, and just let's go in here. By comparison, Alan Wake 2 sold over 50% more copies and over 3 times more digital copies in its first 2 months than Control did in its first 4 months. Since its release in 2019, Control sold over 4 million units. Well, guys, let's look at the facts, because apparently, as of October to December, so basically the entire release of last year of Alan Wake 2, the game didn't make any fucking money. It didn't make any money. Revenue decreased by almost 25%. And you're gonna tell me, is someone gonna lie in the comments? Because there's always that one, that one prick. It'll probably be Koala Prick in my comments, but there's always that one prick that's gonna say, "Oh well, Steam wouldn't have made a difference." You're gonna sit here and tell me that if they would have released the game on Steam, that they wouldn't have had more sales? Come on, bro. If it was on Steam, don't you think it would have had more sales? Do you think it would have at least possibly broken even? Especially with the insane mind share that Steam has when it comes to players. And mind you, Steam hasn't had to do anything in response to Epic Games trying to buy up everything to take away from Steam, to take away from the mass majority of PC players. They haven't done anything in response, and still Epic Games is a loser. Epic Games dumps tons of money in free games. Like I said, they have free as an exclusive to their platform, and still people don't care. At the end of the day, it's really, the fight is for who is the most pro-consumer, who offers the best features. And I think that, Xbox is kind of shit when it comes to that. A huge reason, and this is a great example, really, a huge reason I was a 360 girl was specifically because of features. When it comes to exclusives, I was never into Fable like that. I tried to, it was okay, whatever. I never liked Gears. My brother liked Gears, so that's why we played Gears, but I never was into Gears. I was never into Halo besides Halo 2. I was hyped for Halo 3, but I didn't enjoy Halo 3 nearly as much as I enjoyed Halo 2. I never bothered with, wasn't Alan Wake an exclusive? Don't care. The only, exclusive, I guess, to Xbox was, funny enough, ironically, Valve's Left 4 Dead. But, yeah, I never looked to Xbox for their exclusives. It was mostly entirely third party. What drew me to Xbox was the amazing party chat, all the friendless features, the storefront, all those great things that 360 had. I was even willing to pay for them over a PS3. We had a PS3 in the house. It was treated like a redheaded stepchild up until very, very, very late in the life cycle. Actually, starting in the beginning of 8th gen, I decided to really get into PS3 because, well, the first year of the PS4 was kind of light, to say the least. But yeah, I was specifically a 360 gamer because of the immensely better features that Xbox 360 had over PS3 off rip. I would make fun of PS3 gamers. I made fun of them for years when I did really do serious console warring, back in high school. So that was me personally. It's just, Xbox doesn't really offer anything that very much seriously differentiates itself from PlayStation in terms of features. Other than, well, they have Game Pass. And when you make yourself, the only positive about your platform is that, well, you're just the bargain bin of gaming. That's how you're treated. It is how you're treated. They added Game Pass, but at the end of the day, there's nothing else there. There's no better features. There's nothing that makes Xbox necessarily, oh, I have to get this over a PlayStation. With PS4, PlayStation caught up with pretty much everything Xbox had going on. Party chat really stepped up its game. It was, I felt confident leaving the Xbox 360 behind for the PS4 because the PS4 had pretty much everything that I needed, leaving the Xbox ecosystem. I mean, that's probably a good way to create an ecosystem that actually does work. And Xbox, mind you, has tried to create that, but they haven't really been successful at it. It's really been a struggle for them. Everything that Xbox does is taking one step forward and two steps back. If it be releasing broken ass games, not releasing any games at all, taking away features. Like I remember the Xbox One had that snapping feature that was pretty cool. It's actually one of the highlight features of the platform. Take it away. Create a handheld maybe so that you can have like a. I mean, that's a big draw for me with Steam. Really, I love buying the Steam. I pretty much want to own everything on Steam because I know for a fact that it's easy to just download on the Steam Deck and take it with me. So I have incentive to have my library on Steam, not just because of the free cloud saves, not just because of everything working out just amazingly well, not because of the amazing sales, not because the store it has an insane catalog of games, not because Steam it completely, for the most part endorses all sorts of games ranging from E to everyone to AO. And mind you, I don't own any AO games, but just the fact that they're so open, they're so laissez-faire in comparison to everyone else. Just the fact that I can play games offline. There's so many things that just absolutely dumps on Epic Games. They've Epic Games took forever to even add like trophies, dog. When you are not a feature complete platform and you launch day one on PC, you have a massive uphill battle. The only other platform I like buying games from is GOG. GOG is pretty solid because they just you're not allowed to have games on their platform unless they're DRM free, so no de novo and all that. It's a cool. It's definitely a highlight of that platform. It's definitely why that's the only other platform I have bought games from. But overall, I just don't see the point of exclusives anymore. There's just nothing there. That's just taking games away from other gamers, and really, Epic has created this false sense of morality on their side. They have made Steam out to be the moralistically evil company because they take a 30% cut of the games that's put on their platform. And arguably, it can certainly be argued that just the fact that a creator's game is on the Steam platform, that in itself is a huge benefit, probably one of the biggest benefits on the PC platform to that video game. The amount of potential range that any game that goes on that platform has eclipses anything the Epic Game Store can offer. They can offer you the whole bag. They can offer you anything. Just the reality is that you do not own a significant portion of the mindshare. All of the mindshare that you do own is just for your video game, your one game. Bro, fuck Epic. There's nothing that's going to get people to invest in your platform any more than just, well, your free games and your one video game. And when it comes to Xbox, it's even worse because in order to even get involved in that base, well, in that ecosystem, you do have to pay the $300 plus price tag in order to get the actual console. And it is what it is at the end of the day. I don't see how it can be argued. Exclusives are a dead mantra of gaming. It's over. Get over it. It's stupid. And I don't see how it can be argued when you look at Epic that they're somehow proving that exclusives are a positive and it's a benefit to their platform. They're just doubling down in hopes that something changes, but it has not. They've been in the space for years. Hasn't really changed at all, really. Exclusives are worthless. They're becoming more and more worthless every day, especially when really a lot of these games ain't even worth the disk space that it's downloaded on, or the SSD space that it's downloaded on. Just that alone, the lack of quality in the gaming industry, people aren't excited and they're certainly not willing to invest in hardware just to play some of these broken piles of dog shit, like Dragon's Dogma 2, for example. But yeah, guys, I think I've done rambling here, and also Risk It brought up just this thought of possibly um a Call of Duty or a GTA being exclusive. I mean, why would you want that? Why would you want that? And these are anomaly choices. Nothing compares to GTA, nothing compares to Call of Duty. These are massive anomalies. There's not really many other games that can stack up to that. That's just what it is. There's not many that can stack up. Um, so I really don't see that argument at all. And really, there's just nothing. I don't see the point. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this. If you can, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Twitter or Kick if you'd like to continue the conversation. Check out the merch store in the description below. If you're a channel member, join the Discord. It's go to the membership tab on my channel. There's a link there, instant access to the Discord. And if you become a channel member, you get emotes and all that. Looking forward to Thursday where I have my podcast, and yeah, it's gonna be good times. Yeah, guys. With all that being said, I'm out. Peace.